What's up everyone, it is Sacred Saiyan here, welcoming you back to another video. I have now officially got a Patreon where you can help support me along with getting some nice perks. All the money from the Patreon will go back into the channel, so if you want to sign up then there is a link in the description to do so. Also, if you want to join my Discord server then there is a link to that in the description of the video as well. And if you do end up liking today's video, then please consider subscribing. It's free and you can always unsubscribe later. Also, if you want another part to this series, then get this video to 400 likes. And with all of that out of the way, let's get into today's episode of what if Goku was born with Gohan's potential. In canon, it took an extremely long time for Goku to traverse Snake Way, but this Goku makes it to King Kai's planet in a week at most. Goku would learn the Spirit Bomb and Kaioken like in canon, but since he got there so much earlier than canon, he has a lot more time to perfect both techniques. On Earth, Gohan would still train under Piccolo, and after their training, with Gohan having an even greater potential than his canon self, he would reach a power level of 4000. Piccolo would be somewhere around 3000, and all of the humans would still have power levels of around 1000. With Goku spending more time on King Kai's planet and having a greater potential than canon, we will lowball his power at 18,000. Obviously it could be a lot higher, but we're going to lowball his power for now. Say that he spent most of that extra time on practicing with Kaioken and the Spirit Bomb. We skip to when the Saiyans arrive, obviously having the same power levels as normal, and when they meet the Z fighters in the wasteland, Yamcha would still get blown up by a Cyberman, and Krillin would then kill all of the Cybermen out of anger. Piccolo and Gohan would fight Nappa together, and Nappa would be extremely overwhelmed. Gohan alone already had the same power level as him, but adding Piccolo's power level of 3000 as well, Nappa is clearly outmatched. Shortly after their fight begins, Goku would arrive, since he is obviously a lot faster than his canon self. And then him and Vegeta would stare at each other. Vegeta would look at his scouter, seeing Goku with a power level of 9000, and Vegeta would then break his scouter in anger. Little does Vegeta know that this is only half of Goku's base form power. The battle between Goku and Vegeta would begin. After Goku begins to use full power, him and Vegeta are both equally matched. However, even though they are equal in power, Goku has superior skill and technique, which would give Goku the edge. Their fight would rage on until Vegeta decides it is time to finish Goku once and for all. Nappa breaks away from his fight, badly injured, and he flies next to Vegeta. Vegeta tells Nappa to create a power ball so he doesn't waste his own energy, and Nappa does so, transforming them both into Great Apes. This would put Nappa at a power level of 40,000 and Vegeta at a power level of 180,000. Nappa would now continue his battle with Gohan and Piccolo, with the humans now helping them, and now Goku and Vegeta would face off once again. The only way Goku would be able to be as strong as Vegeta is if he used Kaioken times 10. Goku knows it would be incredibly strenuous, and he has only attempted it a couple of times on King Kai's planet, but he knows he has to try. Goku begins to power up, and he then shouts, "Kaioken times 10! A red aura now surrounds Goku, and the strain on his body is immense. He knows he won't be able to keep this up for long, so he quickly begins to rush at Vegeta. Now Goku and Vegeta are even in power, but Goku would yet again have the advantage because of his smaller stature, meaning he is faster, and he can dodge a lot of Vegeta's attacks. Nappa's tail would eventually be cut off by a Destructo Disc from Krillin, and he would revert to his base form. Chiaotzu and TM would have died during the fight, but Piccolo would land the final blow on Nappa, killing him, and then they would move to help Goku. Goku's body finally gives out to the stress of Kaioken times 10, and his energy is completely depleted. An injured Great Ape Vegeta would begin to stomp on Goku, but then Vegeta would feel a sharp pain as he turns his head and he sees his tail was cut off. Vegeta would revert to his base form, but because of how injured he already was, he can't even get up. Piccolo is about to finish off Vegeta, but Goku tells him to stop. He wants to fight Vegeta again someday, and he wants to learn more about the Saiyan race. Piccolo would very reluctantly agree to this, but instead of letting Vegeta leave in his ship, Piccolo would knock Vegeta out. Goku would be brought to a hospital, and in another room, Vegeta would also be nursed to health, but he will be constantly monitored by at least one Z fighter at all times, waiting for him to wake up. Sometime later, the Z fighters would come into Goku's room and give him a senzu bean, instantly restoring him to full health. Goku would then walk into the room where Vegeta is, carrying the bag of senzu beans, and he would look at Vegeta. Goku would ask Vegeta why he wanted the Dragon Balls, and Vegeta would say, "Isn't it obvious? To become immortal." But Goku already knows that. What Goku means is, why does Vegeta want to become immortal? Vegeta hesitates, but then begins to talk about FighterZ, a tyrannical emperor who is far stronger than even both of them combined. Vegeta wanted to become immortal to defeat FighterZ, but it seems like that isn't going to work. Vegeta begins thinking, and then he realises that if he found out about the Dragon Balls through his scouter, then FighterZ most likely knows about them as well. Vegeta is terrified as he realises that if FighterZ knows about the Dragon Balls, then he is most likely on his way to Earth, along with his forces, to wish for immortality for himself. Goku then runs out of the room and quickly flies to Kami's lookout. Goku asks Kami to get him in contact with King Kai telepathically, and Kami would do so. Goku would ask where FighterZ is right now, and King Kai, hearing the mention of FighterZ, would know that this is serious, so he would look. King Kai would tell Goku that FighterZ isn't anywhere near Earth, and Goku would breathe a sigh of relief. King Kai tells Goku that isn't a good thing. Goku doesn't understand. FighterZ is heading to Namek. Goku asks why that is an issue, and then King Kai tells him that it is a big issue, because Namek also has Dragon Balls. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, then make sure to like, comment, and please do subscribe. It is quick and easy to do. With all of that out of the way, remember, 400 likes for another part of this series, and I hope to see you all in tomorrow's video.